Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. Let's talk about the Golden State Warriors here on Any Given Thursday by Chat Sports. Second half of the season getting underway in the NBA. Chase, Warriors kind of ended the first half in a little bit of a skid, but hopefully some guys are going to get healthy soon. But, here's a topic for you that Chase has cooked up. Should the Warriors trade for LeBron James, this offseason?
They can do it this offseason. They have the necessary pieces on that roster and a little bit of draft capital if they seriously wanted to trade for LeBron James to pull the trigger. Now, because the Lakers are in the spot that they're in, 9th place in the Western Conference coming out of the All-Star break, LeBron is frustrated with the situation in LA. He went as far as to say, I'm not going to say I'm going to finish my career with the Lakers during the All-Star break, open up the door for him to return to Cleveland. There's also a clash going on between Rich Paul, his agent, and Clutch Sports, as well as the Los Angeles Lakers, because they didn't do the things that LeBron wanted them to do at the NBA trade deadline. And as we know with LeBron, sometimes these relationships get contentious. Could it get contentious and ugly to a point where LeBron asked to get traded, or the Lakers, from their point of view, want to trade away LeBron James to another team in order to hit the reset button and rebuild? Now, Bill Plaschke writes for the LA Times. He's been writing for the LA Times for a really long time. Even he is saying, trade LeBron James, in addition to national media types like Callan Cowherd. Now, here's what Bill Plaschke had to say. At this point in his career, there really is only one way LeBron James can help the Lakers win a championship. They must trade him. It's their best chance of getting the fastest start on their inevitable rebuild. It's their last chance to fix the Lakers brand before it sinks into what could be a decade of mediocrity. So with that, we transition to this trade idea from NBA Analysis,
baby.
the great folks at NBA Analysis. And I talk about the Warriors having the necessary draft capital and player capital to pull off this trade. If I'm the Lakers, I'd want Jonathan Kuminga, who's not involved in this trade.
Agreed.
Because I think he has superstar potential. If I'm the Warriors, I probably want to hold on to JK. But if you're the Warriors and you're trying to win a championship next year, after you potentially don't win one this year, let's say that's the case, do you make this trade for LeBron? Warriors get LBJ, whose relationship with Steph Curry has improved over time. They were embracing during the NBA All-Star game after LeBron hit that game winner. And the Lakers get Andrew Wiggins, who next year is on an expiring contract, James Wiseman, Moses Moody, and multiple first-round picks. What would you do, H. Graham?
This is so hard because there's a world where LeBron joins Steph and Klay in the first place. It's just so hard to even comprehend. Right. I mean, shit, I'd probably do it if I was the Warriors.
How about this? What if
I get to keep Kuminga, I'm doing it.
What if Draymond's back injury is more serious than anybody is putting on, and you replace Draymond with LeBron James at that point forward power forward role?
I mean, I'd probably do it if we can keep Kuminga.
That extends the career of LeBron, and you replace Draymond with a better offensive player in LeBron who also does a lot of the same things as Draymond Green. Kind of fascinating.
It's entertaining. Yeah. There's no doubt about it, and that's what NBA Analysis is all about, cooking up these trade rumors. Could you imagine Steph and LeBron playing together? I mean, there was a time they were the best two players in the NBA pretty much. I mean,
they're still two of the top five guys in the NBA.
Five. I mean, we've seen Steph and KD work as two of the top five guys. So, LeBron's still a beast. He's having his best scoring year of his career at 29 points a game.
At 37 years old.
He still is a terrific distributor as well. Yeah. So, he would fit in that standpoint as well because we know the Warriors like to move the ball. I don't know, man. It's interesting. If this somehow came together and was on the table, if I could keep Kuminga, I'd probably do it if I was the Warriors.
That's the thing, too.
Would you?
You keep Kuminga if you're the Warriors. I want to see how this year plays out.
Yeah.
And if you don't lose this year and you go off and go out in, let's say, the second round, what if it's the first round? That'd be a disaster. And then Steph, Klay, Draymond, Bob Myers, Steve Kerr, they start to get a little bit hungrier. And the hunger for another championship gets even greater. And they're like, what can we do to win it this year? LeBron James might be the best opportunity to do that.
All right. Would you make the trade? Type T for trade, type P for pass. Hey, you got to love it.
We're all about open-minded conversations
here.
Hey,
no doubt about it. The hypotheticals are some of the best content out there. So T for trade, P for pass, let us know. He's Chase, I'm Harrison. Let's take a look at the second half of the NBA season, really the final third here, Chase, as we get through NBA All-Star Weekend and now games pick back up again here. We'll kind of break down the conference standings, take a look at MVP odds and some of the other awards as well, how things sit with about 25 games left to go. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference here, Chase, and we've talked about this off air a little bit, how tight it is, really 1 through 8 in the East.
It's really the tightest that the East has been in a really long time, because you look at the Miami Heat in that one spot at 38-21, tied with the Chicago Bulls. Philadelphia 76ers went into the All-Star break with a great win over the Milwaukee Bucks in that third spot at 35-23. The Bucks are 36-24 at fifth. Cavaliers ahead of them, but the Boston Celtics still in the mix, only a couple of games back from the Miami Heat, all the way down in sixth. And then the Atlanta Hawks, still kind of in the mix as well at 28-30. By the way, we're recording this on Thursday. Some games are taking place on Thursday night as we resume following the All-Star break. But the point here being, Harrison, the East hasn't been this closely tied in a really long time, to the point where in the first round of the NBA playoffs, there's going to be a really good team that gets bounced, and we're not sure who it's going to be. Is Brooklyn going to continue to climb the Eastern Conference standings with Ben Simmons sometime returning and Kevin Durant coming back into the lineup? Could a Sixers, a Milwaukee, a Miami, a Boston, another good team like Cleveland get ousted in that first round? That's what's going to happen, because some of those series are going to be wire to wire.
And it sounds like March 1st, New York City could lift the vaccine mandate, which means Kyrie Irving would be cleared to return as a full-time participant if that happens. Which team will come out of the Eastern Conference and make the NBA Finals? Let us know down in the comments who you think will make the Finals out of the East. All right, we got some hoodies on sale for you guys, a variety of ones right here for you. Chatsports.com/NBA hoodie. Different hoodies, different styles for different teams, different players as well. Love the player team combo ones that you can get, just like this Ja Morant one. I know there's Steph Curry ones as well. Chatsports.com/NBA hoodie. Love this Hornets jacket style. Also, you can get that one for other teams as well. Click the link. It'll be in the comments, the description of this video. Click and shop and pick up a brand new jacket or hoodie. Okay, take a look at the West now, Chase. A little bit of a different story. Phoenix has kind of separated themselves at the top. Golden State kind of feels like that clear number 2, but Memphis in the standings, game and a half back of the Warriors. At what point do we take them seriously as at least a conference finals threat?
You have to, because they're a really good team. They have a couple of really good options offensively, led by Ja Morant. It's criminal that he's not getting as much NBA MVP buzz as he should be. He's been terrific. Dylan Brooks is a really good player. Your boy Desmond Bane has been lighting it up. Jaren Jackson Jr. playing really good basketball too. Is Phoenix going to slip without Chris Paul because of the avulsion fracture in his thumb? Same injury that happened to Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo was able to play through it. Obviously a different sport with basketball. A little bit more contact and movement with that thumb as compared to being a quarterback, even though Jimmy Garoppolo obviously throwing the football. I think Phoenix is good enough and deep enough to maintain that number 1 position. But after that, things are wide open. The Warriors, prior to the All-Star break, started to slip a little bit. All year, they've been boosting the NBA's best defense, but defense has been one of the weak aspects of that team last couple of weeks. I think Memphis is scary good. I think they can upset any of these teams in the West. Utah Jazz, not really buying them as serious playoff contenders. Dallas Mavericks, that's your squad.
It's an opportunity for Dallas. If you draw Utah and you're Dallas, you should be going into that thinking we should win this series.
They should,
in my opinion. Because
you have Luka Doncic,
you've got the best player in the series. So
we'll slightly above Donovan.
We'll see what happens there. I think Denver's a team to watch, Chase. Jokic is having another MVP caliber year. Is Jamal Murray going to come back? We'll see if he does. That's a huge lift for them because he was clearly their second-best player over the last few years. Minnesota, they would like to be for sure in that top 7 or at least top 8, so you get 2 cracks in the play-in tournament to secure a playoff spot. Then obviously, all eyes on the Lakers as well. Can they sneak in and make some noise? Like, if Chris Paul isn't healthy, a 1-8 matchup in the first round, weirder things have happened.
Let me say this. The Suns and the Warriors don't want to play the Lakers in the first round. Look, I understand they've been a disaster this year.
Still LeBron.
But over the course of a 7-game playoff series, they still have LeBron James, one of the best players in the NBA. Anthony Davis is frightening to go up against. Russell Westbrook, I'm not the biggest Russ guy, but he can still make plays happen. Malik Monk shooting around 40% from 3 this year. That's a scary team in the first round.
How about Clippers-Lakers in the final playing game for the final
That's
playoff
right,
spot?
battle for L.A.
Yeah, we'll do a watch party for that piece. Which team's going to come out of the West now? Let us know. I'm going to go with Phoenix. The Chris Paul thing is something worth monitoring, but they've clearly been the best team this year. Golden State is still a force, but I still think they're working Klay back, trying to figure out how that all works together. We'll see when Draymond and James Wiseman come back, but I'm going to go with Phoenix. Where are you going?
I like Phoenix, Golden State as well. Those are my 2 squads, but like I said, Memphis, they're for real. They can compete for an NBA title this year.
See what happens. They got the athletes to do it. Subscribe to Chat Sports. More NBA news, rumors. How about some draft coverage as well?
Hell yeah.
We're going to get into ESPN NBA mock draft reaction if you're watching live on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Free agency this offseason, it's going to be fantastic, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let's take a quick look at some of these award races as well. MVP, obviously. Joel Embiid is taking a not a large lead here, but he's clearly the front runner. You got Nikola Jokic and Giannis all of a sudden lurking as well as he's climbed the column in the points per game category.
Yeah, Steph there in 4th at plus 1,000. Ja Morant and Devin Booker both at 18-1 odds. I think if the season were to end today, Harrison, Joel Embiid is my NBA MVP. I think if you take him away from the Sixers without Ben Simmons all year, they'd be an awful basketball team.
Yeah.
What he's been able to do in the scoring column, rebounding, he's become a better passer, really good defensive player, blocking shots and protecting the rim. It's been great. And he's been better than he was last year when the Joker actually beat him for MVP. It's going to be a neck-and-neck race between those 2 players down the stretch.
A name not in this top 5, Luka Doncic the last month before the All-Star break.
Sneaky.
He was playing like an MVP. He's been out of his mind. We'll see if that carries over. Who will win MVP this year? Let us know. Give us a prediction. And by the way, I'm with you. Ja Morant, 5th best odds. I love Steph. I think Josh should be higher in the odds.
Yeah, me too.
I think what he's done for Memphis has been incredible. Get your votes in on MVP. Let's go to Defensive Player of the Year award now. Rudy Gobert, Chase's favorite player at plus 140. Draymond Green at plus 180. I wonder if he's missed too many games now as he's been out a little while. You got Giannis, Jaren Jackson, and Joel Embiid up there as well.
Yeah, look, here's my issue with Rudy Gobert. I think he's an overrated defensive player. Why is that? He plays one position on one spot of the floor, and all of these other guys guard multiple positions, or at least can guard multiple positions. So I think Rudy Gobert is somewhat limited. I thought Ben Simmons last year should have won Defensive Player of the Year because he guards all 5 positions at a really elite level. Rudy Gobert is not asked to do that. And in the playoffs, he often gets thrashed and picked on because he has to get out to the 3-point arc. He's slow-footed, and really his strength is around the rim. And Draymond Green is with me. He said, never compare me to Rudy Gobert, but hey, he's leading the Defensive Player of the Year race as of now.
Well, Chase thinks he's overrated. We'll ask you guys, though. Is Rudy Gobert an overrated defender, type O for overrated, type P for properly rated? I do think he's a good defender, but, if people are saying you're the best constantly, pretty good chance it's going to be overrated. So get your votes in O or P. Rookie of the Year now. Evan Mobley just running away with this thing.
Yes,
Chase.
he is. It's crazy. Look, the upside for him during my draft evaluations, it was so high. I even said he could end up being the top player in the 2021 NBA draft class. He has some elements of his game that, as a rookie, remind me of a young Giannis. He can guard multiple positions. I think he can be a better, more natural offensive player than Giannis, but he's a terrific athlete, really heady basketball player. Giannis didn't have that at the time because he was so raw, but Evan Mobley has been great. Scotty Barnes has been a great find for Toronto. I wanted them to draft Jalen Suggs for him to be Kyle Lowry's replacement, but the pick of Barnes has worked out. Cade Cunningham has had his moments. Josh Giddey in the month of February, averaging a near triple-double, went off at MSG. And Franz Wagner, really good find for the Orlando Magic. The young core with Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs. They have something working down there in Florida.
All right, so which rookie has impressed you the most? I think what's helping Mobley out, too, is his team's winning. A lot of Rookie of the Year candidates don't win because they were, a top 3 or 4 pick, but Cleveland's having a great year. So Which rookie has impressed you guys the most? Sixth man of the year now. This is over and done with. Unless Hero gets hurt and misses basically in the rest of the games, he's going to win this award.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, we call Kelly Oubre 30K Oubre. Anytime you put him in a video, it pops off. So maybe that happens with this one. But I think Hero, this is his award to lose. Kevin Love, good story this year. He's kind of rejuvenated his career to a certain degree. And then Montrezl Harrell, nah. Jordan Clarkson won it last year. It's Tyler Hero's award. And the most improved player of the year race. Look, we talk about Ja Morant being so low on those MVP odds. At least he's probably going to win most improved player. But this is funny because last year I thought he was great. This year he's been even better, but most improved, that's kind of interesting. Yes, he's taken his game to a new level. Yes, he's become, I don't know, in some circles, a top 5, top 10 guy. So he deserves to win a award. I think it's more most valuable player as compared to this.
What's interesting is someone made him aware that he's leading this award, and he said, well, what about Desmond Bane as most improved?
That's good,
Which
too.
I thought was a good point. I mean, he's gone from a just, good rookie to he's like a legitimate starting caliber player averaging 17, 18 points a game as a 40% three-point shooter.
Yeah, this is my favorite award of them all, even including MVP, because I love to see the development of these players, the work ethic, them being in the lab. You've seen it with all of these guys. Ja, Miles Bridges, Darius Garland, an all-star, DeJounte Murray, an all-star, and Anthony Simons. Without Damian Lillard and now C.J. McCollum, Anthony Simons has been getting buckets, man.
Yep, no doubt about it. Who's improved the most? Let us know what you guys think on this one, and we'll see what happens down the stretch of this season when it comes down to these awards.